Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are live streaming potentially the final game for the New York Islanders as they're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. They're down 3-0 in this series, and we're currently in the third period. The Islanders just scored a power play goal to make it 2-1, but we've seen this story before. The Islanders have the lead in the third period, and they've now taken a penalty. Noah Dobson for the second time in the box. So let's see if the Islanders can pull this off. Some of you are probably here because you're Canes fans and you want to gloat. Some of you might be Islanders fans trying to, have somewhere to distribute that pain and frustration. I'm right there with you. Or some of you who are just outside of the Islanders or Hurricanes fan base just want to see me rage. So either way, thank you for joining us here today. And the Islanders are pretty much at this point, they've killed 60% of this penalty. That's something we haven't seen in a while, so let's see if they could kill the final 40 seconds here. The Hurricanes are outshooting the Islanders 22-16, but it's one of those games where it's a very controlled game. Neither team is really taking over. And then, of course, and what's going on, Urban? Thank you for joining us. And then, of course, we've got Urban, who's the Minnesota Wild fan in here because he just loves hockey that much, or he just loves goal line hockey that much. Either way, we appreciate him being in here as always. He's the best. We're also going to be live streaming again tonight. We're going to be doing at 9 o'clock. We're going to be either 9 or 9:30. It depends on how quick the game goes. We're going to be doing the third period between the Leafs and the Bruins. So we'll be doing that live stream. That'll be Game 4 in Boston. Also tomorrow, I'm going to announce it because I know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I was thinking about doing 2 live streams. We're only going to be doing the one tomorrow night. It's going to be the Washington Capitals on the brink of elimination against the New York Rangers. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Of course, they have to play the late game on Sunday, but either way, it'll still be a fun time for all of us in there. So 14 minutes to go. The Islanders currently holding on to a 1-goal lead. They just recently got here earlier in the period. And shout out to all of you guys, all of my channel supporters. Since this morning, I have gained 20 subscribers this morning. So thank you to everybody. Welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're not new already, thank you for continuing the support. But this channel has grown so much the last 2 weeks during the playoffs, and I'm so happy right now. You guys have no idea how much it means right now. And yeah, I continue the support because it's definitely helping. And hopefully we have more fans in here. It's a lot of Utah fans. We got a lot of Utah fans that are hyped about their new NHL team, trying to figure out the team name and things like that. So I think they're a pretty happy bunch right now out there in Salt Lake City. Whoops. So that's what we're trying to get. There we go. Two-one Islanders. He left. He's downstairs. It is hot as hell in here. I'm sweating. I worked out too. I know, I smell. I didn't have time to shower. I ran up here and just started. Oh, that was a tough call. I want to see Dubas finish killing the Penguins. Yeah, we're going to see what happens there. And thank you for that, Urban. Because, yeah, I posted a video earlier today talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins and kind of what their plans are for the summer. a lot of people kind of already know, but that's another video I posted today. Yeah, the officiating. I mean, there's a slashing call here on Dobson. That was a brutal. The second penalty was a tripping call, but this first one, he just tapped his hands and they called it. And Aho didn't even really react. I don't know where they got the call for that one. That's a rough call. But whatever. And thank you, Irvin. You already watched it. That's awesome. And also tonight, the Florida Panthers are potentially going to put the Lightning in the elimination line. They are up 3-0 in their series. It kind of seems like a situation here where the Lightning could get swept, which going into the playoffs, I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm hearing the Wild want a physical scoring forward, but who? If you want a guy that's physical, it's not Brock Nelson, but I guess you could consider Brock Nelson a power forward. If that's who you're talking about there, Urban. I don't know if that's who you mean, but Brock Nelson, he's very frustrating. He turns the puck over a lot. I know a lot of Wild fans were excited at the idea of getting him, but when he's not on his game, Nelson is the most frustrating player to watch. When he's on his game, you're like, oh my God, this guy is good. Like, even the other day, he scored a goal in Game 3, but, like, he's just so... Like, even the goal he scored, he just happened to be in the right place at the right time. He's not even he didn't even force the will to score that goal. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I don't know if that's who you mean, but good chance there for the Islanders. Svechnikov trying to draw a call there. Didn't work that time. And thank you for joining us, Steven. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thank you. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. Hope your weekend is going well also. So the Islanders are narrowing the gap here on shots. It's 20-22. The Islanders won, I think they won every single faceoff in the second period. So if they find a way to lose this one, this is going to be just another... They're finding ways to lose. That's the only way they could lose this game at this point, which I'm fully ready for. But we'll see. We got 10 minutes left. Let's see what they could do. They've played a lot better hockey, though, these last two games. The first two games in Carolina, they really didn't play well, and they were still in the games. At least today and Thursday, the Islanders at home have shown a lot more. They've played a lot better, if that means anything. But heard Tyler Bertuzzi and David Perron. I think David Perron would be good for the Minnesota Wild. Bertuzzi, maybe. I'm not as sold on him. As Perron is old, I would still take Perron over Bertuzzi at this point. I just hope Varlamov can close it out. If the Islanders can win one game here, just win one, please. And that was huge. Barzal getting that goal in the second. Huge goal for him. And we talked about that the other day. If the Islanders are going to win in this series, they need depth scoring, which they got from Pajot today, and goal scoring from the top guys. And Barzal gets on the board. Wow. So they're talking about the face-off differential. The Islanders have won 30 of the 37 face-offs. So it's 30-7 Islanders in the face-off circle today. Incredible. Now, to be honest with you, I think Carolina is also kind of complacent right now, and this isn't anything against the Hurricanes. It's human nature. You're up 3-0 in the series. They are not going to have this same amount of urgency that the Islanders should have. The Islanders should have a ton of urgency. Their season is on the line today. Carolina's is not, at least for the next week, if it takes that long. So I think this is one of those things where Carolina is just kind of easing their way through this game, and they're still only down 1 goal, despite not even playing their best. So that's the thing, though. This is the thing with Carolina. They don't even have to play their best, and they could still beat the Islanders because they just have more talent. They have more skill. And there you go. So the Islanders have officially tied up the shots here at 22. Oh, boy. So we're going to look at the rest of tonight's schedule because, well, there's nothing else to really look at right now as the game is paused. So these are our 4 games on tap for April 27th. You have the Hurricanes and the Islanders. That's on right now. In the next hour, we're going to see puck drop between Panthers and Lightning. I would have loved to have live streamed a game in that series. Hopefully, if they play again, I will be live streaming the next game. Hopefully, there is a next game on Tuesday. And then at 8 p.m., which we'll be covering the third period of that game, it's going to be the Bruins and the Maple Leafs. That should be a good game there. And then the Dallas Stars and the Golden Knights, where the Golden Knights are going to try to put a chokehold on the Stars, potentially with a 3-0 series lead. So leave your predictions down below, guys, in the comments. What do you guys think of those matchups? Who do you think is going to win those? And I think the Islanders-Hurricanes game, at this point, predicting that one is kind of silly considering there's less than 10 minutes left. But for the other 3 games, I'd love to know what you guys think. In all honesty, I think Tampa Bay is going to find a way to win game. I think they're going to find a way to win Game 4. I do. I think Tampa's going to win Game 4, send it back to Florida, and the Panthers win it in 5. The Bruins Maple Leafs, I think the Leafs are going to tie the series up. I think they're going to find a way, win Game 3, or win Game 4, even this series going back to Boston. And then Dallas-Vegas, I think Dallas is going to come back and win Game 3 in Vegas. And that is not easy to do, but I'd love to know what you guys think. So Urban, I am doing the complete opposite of you. I'm doing Islanders, Bolts, Leafs, and Stars. So I'm completely the opposite. So we'll see what ends up happening there. So Carolina gets a penalty. Wow. So Jacob Slavin to the box. Delay a game. You don't see that often. He didn't even shoot it. He just deflected it out. But that is still a penalty. If it's in the defensive zone and you deflect it directly out of play, that is indeed a penalty. So Jacob Slavin goes to the box. The Islanders have a chance to take a 2-goal lead. This is it for the Islanders. They're giving you opportunities today. That's your third power play here. You have to score. This is huge for the Islanders. So your predictions, and thank you for joining us, Steven. Vegas, Panthers, Leafs, and Stars. Okay. Is it really? Yeah, that is indeed a penalty. Yeah, we don't see that happen too often. Because think about it, the sequence has to be the offensive team shooting the puck into the zone and the defensive team deflecting it with their stick directly out of play. That doesn't happen very often. But that is indeed a penalty. Come on, Islanders, please. It is very quiet at UBS Arena. I feel bad, honestly. It's so hard to go to these games because even right now, the Islanders have a 2-1 lead. You should be there's no confidence for this team. The way they've given up so many leads this year, it is so uneasy right now in that building, and you could just feel it. It's kind of sad, but for a great series, hope for a great series, I'd say Lightning, if Islanders can win as well to keep them going. Absolutely, yeah. I don't like seeing sweeps. I think the longer series go, the better. And to be honest with you, usually the team that does the sweeping doesn't do well in the next round because they've had so much time off and they don't just roll over into the next series. And sometimes that sounds good, right? Because you're not taking as much damage, right? I don't know how else to describe it, right? You're not as tired. You're more well-rested when you get the sweep, but you lose a lot of that momentum going into the next series, and that can hurt you. And I remember a couple years ago, the Islanders played the Penguins. They swept the Penguins in the first round, and then they got swept by the Hurricanes in the second round. It happens. Jeez. So Slavin gets hooked coming out of the box, and the Hurricanes get a power play. Jesus. This is crazy. The Islanders cannot just find a way to just win a game easy. There's no easy wins for the Islanders. So Bertuzzo with a hook. Of course, he's not good. I'm sorry, Bertuzzo. I'm probably a great person, but in terms of defensive hockey for you at this point, brutal. Just not a very good skater. I mean, Slavin definitely embellished it, but, I mean, he did hook him. Yeah, he did get him in the face. Fine. Bertuzzo just can't keep up with Jacob Slavin either, so. Jeez, man. I had a question. Do you still have the Golden Knights jersey? It would be awesome if you could show it off for the end of this game. Yes, I do actually have that. I could show that to you, real Steven. I could show that to you at the end of this game, absolutely. I'll never sell that jersey. I love that Golden Knights jersey. It is incredible. Love that thing. So 6 minutes to go. A minute and a half basically of power play for Carolina. Let's see if they tie the game again. And they score. Stefan Nason, and we are tied at 2 in this game. This is unbelievable. The Islanders cannot beat them. They just cannot. Holy God. And there goes all the oxygen out of the building again. Wide open in front. Way too much room. Great deflection by Nason, though. Great deflection, but God damn it, the Islanders. Come on, man. Oh, come on. It's unbelievable how many times the Islanders can do it. It's impressive how many blown leads the Islanders had in 2023, 2024. This season has been awful. Ugh. So frustrating. Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you real quick, Steven. There you go. There is the Golden Knights jersey. I'm not gonna wear it though, but it's way too hot today. Way too hot on Long Island to be doing that today. So it looks like we're going to have more than 6 minutes in this game here. It looks like this game could go to overtime, but the way the Islanders play, who knows? Carolina could score 3 more goals in the next 4 minutes. Who knows? Horvat got dumped in the corner. Yeah, he got dumped there. Damn. Oh, man. Carolina almost got one. I just see it now. The meme is going to be the Islanders, you don't get overtime lost points in the playoffs. The Islanders lose every time in the playoffs, right? They can't win in overtime. I already see it. The script is writing itself for this game, so. I'd love to know if it was a sellout today at UBS. Whether it was a sellout or not, because that could be telling. If the Islanders didn't sell out today, that's probably because fans are just kind of just sick of it. But I guess we'll never really know. With resale tickets and things like that, you don't really know the real numbers of who's in there. But Did not want that. So here are the shots for the game. Get kind of an idea of how this game has gone. Carolina in the first didn't have a ton of opportunities, but of course Jarvis gets that one. Couple down low for the Islanders there. Second period, not much for the Islanders. Carolina kind of was buzzing. And now in the third period, Carolina really not a ton of opportunities, but one of the three in front of the net, they were able to score. So that's what kind of leads us to now, which 2 minutes left in the third, and we're tied at 2. So 1:30 to go here in the third. Close chance there for the Hurricanes. 25 shots apiece. Last night, the Canucks won with 12 shots on net. Really good game. It was 2-0 most of the way for the Canucks. The Preds would get a goal late in the third period on the power play. They had a 5-on-3. They were only able to convert on the one power play to make it 2-1. And then they just weren't able to finish. But it was a really good finish overall in terms of the game. But yeah, only 12 shots on net for the Canucks. 2 power play goals by JT Miller and Brock Besser. And that was a huge win for the Canucks on the road. That was a gutsy effort. Casey DeSmith played really well. He faced rubber. He faced, I think, like 26 or 27 shots. So definitely a lot more than UC Saros did. But it wasn't even like the goals that Saros gave up were bad. It's just they were quality opportunities, and that's kind of all you need is just 3 or 4, kind of like this game, right? Carolina had 3 opportunities in the slot to score in the third period. They scored on one of them. And I said that going into the playoffs for the Canucks. The Canucks are the difference between this year's Canucks and the last couple years, very opportunistic. They're able to score goals even if they don't get a ton of opportunities. And that's kind of where they're at. You're seeing that right now. The teams like the Islanders and not the Hurricanes, the Islanders, even the Lightning. The Lightning went, I think, 2 for 12 on the power play through the first 3 games of this series with the Panthers. You got to score on the power play. You got to score on those odd man rushes or breakaways. You have to score. So that is going to be it. So here we go. It's overtime between the Islanders and the Hurricanes again. I've seen this before. Game 6 last year went to overtime, and the Islanders gave up a bad goal to Stastny. So Stastny is on, I think he's on the Avalanche now. Was he on the Avs this year? But he will not be in this game. So for the Islanders, at least, thank God. But that means somebody else will probably put it in. So we'll see. So that is one of my rules, Steven. So for a super chat, I will put on a jersey. I have done that before. Okay, so we still have a half hour till the other game, so I'm not going to throw that on yet. So there we go. That is at the end of regulation. It is 2-2. There you go. Like I said, most of this game really, it hasn't been a ton of like really, really good opportunities, but both teams are very serious defensively. They're really focusing on keeping the puck out of their own net, and they've done a pretty good job of that so far. So 2 goals apiece, that's respectable. But now we go to overtime, and anything's on the table now for overtime. I'd love to say the Islanders win it in overtime. I've seen this story too many times before. I just refuse to believe the Islanders can win this. Yo, we've got a super chat, a $2 super chat from Steven for the Gold Knights jersey, my man. So thank you, Steven. There you go. There's the super chat. You got me. I appreciate the support. And you know what? This is a nice jersey, and I do make it look pretty good, by the way. So, you know what? If the Islanders are going to go down at least, I'm going to go down in style with a Golden Knights jersey. So, there you go. And, of course, it's a Marc-Andre Fleury Golden Knights jersey, because what else could I do, right? At this point, I think Noah Hannafin's a good fit there. So Noah Hannafin, if I were to get a Golden Knights jersey now for their current players, I wouldn't do Mark Stone. He's been injured a lot. Maybe Marchessault, because he's been there a while, right? But I think Marc-Andre Fleury is the epitome of Golden Knights, right? Need to do the intro with the jersey. Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably be wearing this jersey late. That came up really late, but thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Steven. Oh, God. All right. So, incoming, the Islanders can't win in... Here we go. The Islanders can't win in overtime. The narrative's already writing itself, unfortunately, but... The New York Fraudlanders. I'm just ready for it. So I believe at this point, we have gained over 20 subscribers today. So thank you to everybody that is new to the channel. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. If you guys are watching the live stream live, leave a comment down below that you're watching it live. If you're watching the replay, I'd love to know the people watching the replays of this. Let me know if you're watching the replay just by typing out replay down below. All right, so they're in the intermission report right now. They're going to be cleaning the ice up, and we'll see here who is going to get it done. And yeah, the comments are ready. There's people like, at least we got a point, this and that. A lot of people were kind of giving Jacob Trouba a hard time the other day because the Rangers after the game, in the post-game press conference, Jacob Trouba said, hey, you know what, whatever, it happens, but at least we got 2 points. And people are like, Trouba, it's the playoffs. Points don't really matter now. But technically, if you look at the NHL website, they do count each win. Even in the playoffs, they do count them as 2 points. So technically, Trouba's not wrong. It's more so it's like, really, Trouba? Like, we're going off of wins here, not points anymore. There's no conference standings in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but... Oh, that's awesome, Steven. Yes. Yes, sir. As I call it, the best yo heard around the world. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of people either love or hate the yo. I actually have a thing with Ali Dash. If you look back at some of my videos, one of the OGs, Ali Dash, he's been around for a long time on this channel. And the yo chant, he actually does... He leaves yo in all my comments for my videos. So if you guys want to jump on that train and do that as well, I will respond with a yo back. So I really that's one of the things that, you know, it is pretty funny. And I'm actually going to be I did a merch distribution earlier this year. I changed some things up so it's no longer up, but I actually had Yo Collection merch, which I'll be bringing back over the summer. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. But yeah, that Yo thing, people either love it or hate it. They think it's childish or they think it's kind of like a fun shtick. And it's kind of a good intro. At least I think it is. It's kind of attention grabbing, right? Shows I have a little personality. I'm not just monotone and sitting here. So hopefully you guys like it. How does the nameplate look on the back? It just blends right in. It's nothing really, it's just a gold nameplate and then the numbers in that gray color, that dark gray color. I assume you're talking about the Golden Edge jersey, but yeah, we love the Yo chant around here. But then I think there's the older generation people that see that and they're like, all right, this kid is not, it's hard to take him seriously. So there was actually a time where I stopped doing the Yo, but I've since gone back to it because a lot of people were actually like, Kev, where's the Yo chant? What happened? So enough people convinced me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the Yo chant. And boy, did people really, that got a pretty good reaction when I got back to it. Yeah, the Islanders' biggest, I would say the definition of the 2023-2024 New York Islanders, their biggest opponent, and I don't know who quoted this, it was either Stefan Rosner or Rob Taub, who are the Islanders reporters. One of them said their Islanders' biggest rival, it wasn't the Flyers, it wasn't the Rangers, it wasn't even the Hurricanes, it was momentum. The Islanders, anytime the Islanders have developed any sort of momentum in a game, they've somehow managed to kill it. And they did it again in this game so far. And Carolina had the goal to tie it up. They have the feeling, hey, listen, we came back. We have a chance to win this series here. No pressure. And the Islanders have everything to lose here. So we'll see who comes out in the overtime period and kind of able to take it. Is it the team that's able to kind of come in with no pressure? Or is it the Islanders who are going to be urgent and just find a way to grind it out? We'll see. So you know what's weird? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys. So in the Islanders Hurricane series, who has gotten a point in every single game? In all 4 games, there is one player that has gotten a point in each and every game. And it's probably going to surprise you. That's the hint I'll give. I'll give you guys a minute to see if you could figure that out. Interesting. So Pajot. So who it actually is? It's Anders Lee. Anders Lee is the only player in the Islanders Hurricane series to pick up a point in each and every game. Anders Lee, right? Everybody would have expected that. That's a good guess, though, Urban. I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me like Seth Jarvis or Sebastian Aho. If you told me those guys got a point in every game, I would have believed you. But yeah, Anders Lee. I'd buy him out. Yeah, Urban, he has been terrible. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to buy him out, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Islanders do moving forward because I think they have to move on. I'm going to do an entire video depending on what happens today, but oh, I didn't even see that, Steven. How long have you been a fan of hockey? Have you played hockey? Any great memories or favorite memory if you have attended a game or watched a game? So that's a couple of really good questions, Steven. So first off, my first birthday, Nassau Coliseum, October 25th, 2001, was my first Islander game. So that is where my Islander fandom started. And basically every year preceding, I went to as many Islander games on my birthday as I could growing up, probably for the first 10 years. So I definitely have a lot of background in hockey. Growing up, I would play hockey in the basement every single day. That was my thing. I played hockey every day. I grew up starting to play a little bit of roller hockey. I was on my ice hockey teams for high school. I was on my roller hockey teams. I was also on the travel roller hockey team. So I have a lot of history playing hockey. I have not played recently, though. I've just had a lot of stuff in just life getting in the way. I really have to get back into it. My girlfriend is totally Kevin, you got to start playing again. I'm like, I know. So I definitely want to get back into playing more once my life gets settled a little bit and I have the ability to do that. And then what was your other question? Any great memories? The greatest memory, not even close. The Islanders' final game at Nassau Coliseum, where they threw the beers on the ice. Anthony Beauvillier, overtime winner over Tampa in the Eastern Conference Finals. That is no doubt the best game I have ever been to in my life. Not even close. And yo, there is Ali Dash. Welcome to the chat, Ali Dash. How about Nelson and OT again? We'll see. But great question there, Steven, and hopefully that answered most of it. And I have been to a couple of different places, if that's another question. I've answered this before. I've been to Nassau Coliseum, UBS Arena, Barclays Center. So all three of the Islanders' homes over the past really decade. I've been to all three. I've been to Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers play. I've been to the Prudential Center, where the Devils play. Wells Fargo Center, that's where the Flyers play. I've also been down to D.C., where it used to be Verizon Center and now Capital One Arena. I've been there a couple times, so I've been to Verizon and Capital One. And I gotta be missing one. I think I'm missing one more. Or that might be it. I think that is it, actually. So never mind. I've been to a couple arenas. We were talking about the history of the Yo, Ali Desh. They were asking about it earlier, so I did mention you in that. Let's see if the Islanders can win it. All right, so Ali Desh going with Pajot here. Yeah, the Islanders got to work on their entering the zone. They have had so many times, even when they're in the zone, like they fumble the puck at the blue line a lot. Burns slapper. Urban. I want to throw up. I had to be there for the last game when he got that goal. That was brutal. Good save by Varlamov there. Carolina has won the last 3 overtime playoff games against the Islanders. So we'll see here. Maybe this is the Islanders rewriting the last couple years, or Carolina's going to continue. Couple good chances, though, for the Islanders. Now, this might spark a good conversation. What did you guys think of Matt Rempe's hit last night? I don't know if you watched the game, but Rempe had a pretty big hit on Trevor Van Riemsdyk. I'd love to know what you guys think. That's been kind of a controversial thing around the NHL over the past 24-ish hours. So I'd love to know what you guys think of that. I think the whole Rempe thing, I've seen him in person. He's not that good of a skater. He did score a nice goal in this series, but he's just not, I don't think he's a regular on this Rangers team. As much as he adds that energy to the team, he's just not a good skater. But and Nelson unable to finish again. This is, you have to score on that. God. So Ali Desh thinks it was a clean. Urban thinks it was clean. The problem I have is, first of all eyes are on Rempe. So right off the bat, everybody's watching this guy. Right? So he's not going to catch a single break. If he's looking for one, he's in the wrong sport. The second thing, he's so much taller than everybody. So I'm watching the hit. I'm trying to watch it in slow-mo, reverse. I hate to say it, but I almost kind of agree. Now, the typical player, you could say, well, he leaped to his feet because his elbow literally went right into him. But in his situation, he couldn't really avoid elbowing him because he's just so much taller than everybody. I have a hard time with Rempe hits because most of the time, it's not as clear. I think Trouba truly does, like, he goes for the head. He headhunts. Rempe, I just think he's just so much taller than everybody. He headhunts by accident. I don't know. I have a hard time with it. I don't think it's as malicious as Truba's hits, if that makes sense. But absolutely, I agree with Urban on that one. Urban's first comment here, I agree with. Barzell with a great chance. Right in the slot. One-timer. Missed. Welcome to New York Islanders hockey in 2024. Oh, come on. Yeah, Barzell's looking at the rafters. He should have had a goal there. You need to score that, man. All right, let's see, guys. 5 minutes into overtime, we're still here. Like I said, tonight I'll be doing a Bruins-Leafs live stream for the second half of that game. So if you're interested in checking that out later, we'll be live streaming again because this is the first round of the playoffs. This is like Christmas time for a hockey fan. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be live streaming a ton here during the playoffs. So a good play there by Kuznetsov in front, kind of tied up Pajot or Horvat. Either Pajot or Horvat. I don't know who that was, but it's kind of a hook. They could have called down on Carolina, but they let it go. Absolutely, Urban. Christmas playoffs, New Year's draft. Yes. 1,000%. Who was that? Somebody beeping outside. Don't they know a goal line hockey live stream is happening right now? No beeping outside. Oh man, Sveshnikov right in the slot. Real good chance for the Hurricanes there. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh. Good chance there for Carolina. Holy crap. So now we're 6 minutes into overtime. We are still going. Let's see. Good job by Romanov at first, and then, oh, man. Jeez. Yeah, Steven agrees. Slow motion looks like a bulldozer ran over. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough hit. It is a tough call. And in all honesty, it's one of those things. He's just, yeah, he is a big guy. But you know what? I kind of wish the Islanders had a guy like that right now. They had Ross Johnston. They let him go. Once Matt Martin lost that fight in Game 2 to Nason, that was really, unfortunately, that was a really big wake-up call for the Islanders because other than Martin, who else do they have that can really fight? Bertuzzo is like, he's ready to go. Martin's pretty much done. Clutterbuck's pretty much done. And who is that gentleman down there? It's been a long time no see. Donnell Weaver. What's going on, man? It's been a really long time, but it's nice to hear from you again. Anders Lee can drop the gloves. That's true, Urban. That's a good point. So we are now 7 minutes into OT. A couple chances each way, but nobody's been able to finish. Oh, damn. Bortuzzo just took down Svechnikov. Yeah, that's hysterical. Ali Dash, you already know. You remember Donnell, right? Don Weaver. He's our man. So Don, I'm wearing a Golden Knights jersey because one of our members gave a super chat, and I'm willing to put on a jersey. Listen, money talks, man, and you know what? I really like this jersey anyway. So for $2 for a super chat, you know what? I'll do it. So that's why I'm wearing a Golden Knights jersey for this stream. That's true, Steven. In the off season, I might make that a members thing. A members thing. I might do my jersey collection. If you guys are interested in that, I'll probably do something like that over the summer. Once the playoffs are over, I have so much. I'm so busy with the channel right now with just hockey related stuff. Once the summer comes around, once there's less games going on, I'll be able to do those kinds of videos. So. And unfortunately, Don, I haven't bought any new jerseys recently either. The last jersey I thought about buying was the Stadium Series jersey. I said to myself at the game, if the Islanders beat the Rangers in the Stadium Series game, I will get this jersey. We know how that game went, Don. If you want to talk about that at all before the Islanders season potentially comes to an end, because, God, I don't want any recollection of MetLife Stadium. I have flashbacks from that jersey. I never want to see that thing again. And not because it was an ugly jersey, because of what happened in that jersey. Being at that game, I will never forget that. And that questioned my fandom of the Islanders that game. I swear to God. I was ready to throw my Cizikas jersey in the garbage. That game was so difficult. They're saying the New York song on the way out. The Rangers fans chanting. It was horrible. That was my worst nightmare coming true in that game. And I'm still... Oh, that was so difficult, man. I cannot even describe in words how hard that was to deal with. Oh my God. Jeez. Jarvis almost put it away. Holy crap. I was close. You guys probably like that reaction. Don said, oh wait, I want to see the shot real quick. Oh man, that was a great shot. Holy crap. He bought all the new jerseys for the local teams. Islanders, Rangers, Devils, also their alternate. Okay. Yeah, the Devils had nice jerseys this year. I know people didn't like the Stadium Series. I actually liked it. I liked the Stadium Series for the Devils. I was a fan of that. And the Islanders. The Rangers I'm fine with. I think it was pretty nice. The Flyers did the worst, though. Of the four teams, the Flyers definitely lost, in my opinion. They didn't do anything... really of anything. They kind of just mailed it in. They literally just said, all right, let's just take our jersey with new striping, and that's it. I'm not a fan of that one, but... But I guess in fairness for the Flyers, unless they do something extraordinarily out of the box, what else can they really do for jerseys, right? They kind of used it up in the Stadium Series games, in the Winter Classic games, in their the two reverse retros, which actually were very clean. The first reverse retro, the 2020, I really liked that one. What else can they do at this point? They almost used teal for their jersey in the 90s. That would be cool. If we saw a teal Flyers jersey, and now that we saw the Phillies use like a weird teal color for their jersey, it kind of gives you an excuse. You could do something with that, but we'll see. Devils, Rangers, Flyers, Islanders. Wow, so you really didn't like the Islanders one. Okay. There you go, Nelson, unable to put it in again. Barzal missed the one-timer. Jesus. So the shots in overtime, 9 shots for Carolina, 3 for the Islanders. And I'm sorry to hear about your ice cream cone, Steven. Rest in peace to that ice cream. What flavor ice cream was it, though? That's the real question. So they're cleaning the ice real quick, so that's why we haven't really been talking too much, but after 10 minutes, halfway through the overtime, they clean the ice real quick and then they go back. Vanilla dipped in chocolate. Oh man, that sucks. And that's the thing, that kind of ice cream is not that messy, right? Because it's that hard turtle shell or whatever. That's a shame. Oh, great chance for Pajot. No good, though. So we keep going. Don, you got the Islanders and Rangers. Came up to 605 for those 3 jerseys. Wow. Good on you, Don. Good on you. I'm going to be doing a video about the new jerseys that are coming with Fanatics next year. I am not optimistic about it, but they're actually going to give you a on-the-ice replica jersey. Like, well, not replica, but authentic to what they wear on the ice. Not the kind of Adidas authentic, but a legitimate authentic jersey. I'll talk about that more over the summer, but I will be purchasing an Islander jersey for that, just to say that I have it, and that way I could kind of review it for you guys. But that is probably the only one I will end up getting. It depends on how it comes out. It's really good for collectors, but they're basically going to have the real-life thing compared to what the team wears. They're going to have the quote-unquote authentic, which is what they have right now, which is what I'm wearing. And then they're going to have the Fanatics, like, cheaper $60 one. So there's going to be 3 different tiers of jerseys in the fall. But I'll talk about that in another video with you guys. Yeah, Urban, we all want CCM to come back. Absolutely. But I don't think it will be happening. Good chance there. No good. Oh, man. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like the stream. It would help us out a ton. So thank you guys for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. Listen, time is valuable. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your weekend to spend watching hockey with me. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Turn over there. Nope. I'll just turn the puck right over. Oh, man. This isn't going to go to double OT, is it? Oh. We're 14 minutes into the first overtime. Oh, man, guys. This is a lot. This is a lot to take here. So I'm going to show you guys all the shots so far in overtime. Here is where we're at. Really nothing crazy in terms of like quality chances. Carolina doesn't have anything in the box. And basically the box is anything between where the crease is and the first two hash marks. There is no shots in there. Everything's from the top of the circle or at the point. So pretty good overall by the Islanders. The Islanders have 3 shots in the house, right in the slots. So in terms of opportunities, the Islanders have actually had better opportunities in overtime than Carolina. Carolina has more shots, but the quality of the shots, that's really where it matters. So the Islanders are doing pretty good for that, at least right now. But it takes 5 seconds and then Carolina wins it. So it doesn't really matter much if you don't put in the goal. Oh, I bought the Devil Stadium series for $600. Okay, so the Devils jersey is hard to find. So you spent $600 on the Devils jersey. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I thought you meant for all 3 jerseys combined it was $600. Yeah, that's my bad. Apologies for that, Don. But that is crazy. Wow. And all I could think right now is Ranger fans are like, please drag this series out as much as possible. Because they want the Hurricanes as tired and beat up going into that series against the Rangers as they can. Varlamov just made an incredible save. And the Islanders stay alive. Dobson dumps it in. Yeah, they got tired. Ooh. I gotta be honest, guys. I think Stahl is gonna win it for the Hurricanes. I think Stahl wins it in overtime. I hope I'm wrong, but I get that weird feeling. It's gonna be some weird fluky goal in front, and Stahl's gonna put it in. That's right, Ali Dash. Look at that. So, Battle of Florida on the TV, the Isles on the tablet, and Goal Line Hockey on the phone. Hell yeah. I love that. That's a hockey fan right there. Awesome. How did Anderson save that? Oh my God. You know, Steven, I have the perfect answer to that. This is hockey history for you, and it involves the Islanders, which is perfect for this stream. What is an NHL record that will never be broken? I have the answer for you right here. The Islanders won 4 straight Stanley Cups, but we forget that they almost won 5. They lost to the Edmonton Oilers, and that was the beginning of the Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, Edmonton Oilers dynasty. They followed up right after the Islanders. The Islanders made it to the Stanley Cup final that year. The Islanders won, 16, 19. The Islanders won 19 straight playoff series. Nobody will break that record. That will never be broken. 19 straight playoff series, right? Because you have the 4 cups, which is 4. So 4 each year times 4. I could do a little bit of math. I'm not good at math, but I could do enough here. 16 playoff series plus the 3 for the next year where they lost in the cup final. That's 19 playoff series. Nobody will win 19 straight playoff series again. The Islanders have that record, and it fits perfectly because we're talking about the Islanders today, right? That record will never be broken. So thank you for that one, Steven. Perfect timing on that one. Great question. So there's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first overtime because this rate, it looks like we could see a second overtime. We're also going to give you an update on the shot chart. So right now, it's pretty even, but like I said, the Islanders have a ton of opportunities in the house, right? This is the house right here, this little trapezoid between the first hash marks, the red line, right, the goal line, right there. The Islanders have 4 shots in there, and Carolina finally got their first, first, because that's not technically in the house. But I guess Carolina heard me. They finally got a shot in there. So the way I see it, this is a game the Islanders can win. But will they? We've said that a lot. The Islanders should have won maybe 1 or 2 other games in this series, and they didn't. So we'll see. Let me know your guys' predictions down below for who is going to get the overtime winner here in Game 4. Are we sure it was only 19? Yes, it was 19, Urban. Yep. Ooh, Ali Dash, I like that one. Throwing shade at the Leafs there. So scoring 50 goals in 39 games, that's probably never going to happen. That's a really tough one. And the other question is anybody going to beat Gretzky's goal-scoring record? Because Ovechkin came close, and I'm probably going to talk about that tomorrow night when I talk about the Caps, because Ovechkin looks shot. I feel really bad. That whole core for the Capitals just looks... They look washed. They look like the Islanders. The fall of the Islanders, Penguins, and Capitals... Teams in the East should be licking their chops this season because I think those 3 teams are both done. Caps, Penguins, Islanders. I think all 3 of them are washed. As much as I want to see Ovi break it, I don't think he's going to. Varlamov looking a little sloppy. He's giving up some rebounds here. Ooh. Yeah, they're really starting to beat up the Islanders in the shots now. The last, 10 minutes, Carolina has definitely taken it to the Islanders in overtime. They're like, all right, this is enough. We've horsed around with the Islanders enough. This is enough. Enough is enough. So a couple of you were saying you guys believe in Ovechkin. Do you guys think Ovechkin's going to pass Gretzky for points and goals? A lot of people are kind of saying Ovechkin's becoming the merchant for the empty net goal, which, especially this year, fair, but the Islanders could really use Ovechkin scoring those empty netters. I think for the entire season, I think the Islanders scored 1, maybe 2 empty netters the entire season. They definitely gave up more goals in that final 2 minutes of games than they scored. Not even close. So a minute left in the first overtime. We'll see here. So they are officially 5 minutes into the game for the Battle of Florida. The Panthers and the Lightning. The Lightning, like the Islanders, down 3-0 in their series, fighting for their lives. So I'm interested to see how Tampa comes out in that game. We won't be live streaming that game, unfortunately. But like I said, tonight I'll be live streaming the Leafs and Bruins. So stay tuned for that later tonight. So yeah, I know Ali Des is watching that. If there's any updates in that game, let us know, because I am interested in seeing how that game goes. Yeah, like I said, I think Tampa's going to end up winning that game. I do. But I think it's important they get the first goal, because if they go down 1 or 2-0 to the Panthers, I think they're just going to be like, oh, here we go again. Who's that? Pelican Gensel are going at it. Oh, man. Yeah, Anders Lee got elbowed there at the end of the period by Orlov. He was not happy. And then Pelican Gensel going at it. Pellick giving the stinky glove to Gensel. That's funny. Yeah, Lee was not happy about that. Good on the ref, though, jumping right in there. So Lee didn't just start beating on Orlov, because Orlov wanted nothing to do with that. They might be going to 4-on-4 to start the second overtime. We'll see, but yeah, that was kind of dirty there by Orlov there. Last second. Ooh. Somebody just dropped the F-bomb on the TNT broadcast. Oh, man. Oh, that is not good. That's on national television. They were just chirping bad. They were saying some bad stuff. Oh, man. If you're watching the broadcast, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's bad. The P word, the B word, they were throwing out everything. Oh, man. Oh, the boys being boys, I guess. But I'm sure people will freak out about that because, God forbid, they chirp each other. You're not allowed to do that. That could be considered harassment or bullying in 2024. That's funny. Oh, man. Yeah, someone's getting in trouble for that one. Yeah. That's hockey, baby. I'm still not. Yeah, Matt Dumba on Tampa. I could not get over him in Arizona either. Dumba playing on the Coyotes earlier this year was so weird. I could not. That was definitely considering he was what did he wear? He was with the Wild forever. And then where did he go after that? Did he immediately go to the Coyotes? I feel like he played somewhere else though, Dumba. Yeah, so Don, I did a couple of videos on the whole Utah and the Coyotes thing. I'll be posting an entire history video on the Coyotes either tomorrow morning or Monday. I don't remember where on the schedule I have it set up, but I'm doing an entire history on the Coyotes. Yeah, it sucks. I think it can work in Arizona. I don't think they had enough of a real opportunity, and people will say they were there for 25 years and couldn't make it work. Fair. But they never had the perfect combination of winning on the ice, stable ownership, and a stable building. If you give me those three things in Arizona, I think that hockey team would have worked. I don't think there was enough reason to believe from the Arizona fans. I don't think they wanted to invest in this team because I think for at least the last decade, there just is the sense that, well, we know this team's going to leave at some point. And I think that inability to want to invest, knowing the team was probably going to leave, really, this has been going on for a while. The team was going to leave. It was a matter of when, not if. And unfortunately for the Coyotes, it just became to the point where it was just the NHL was like, this isn't going to work. But I think by 2030, we're going to see another team in Arizona. Put that one on the board. I think there's going to be an Arizona Coyotes by 2030. Mark my words on that one. And unfortunately, I'm not able to watch the Tampa Panthers game right now, which is kind of annoying, but because it's on another telecast, but that's all right. Yeah, that first season in Utah is going to be interesting, Don. I think, and I remember the story of when the Islanders were expanded to the NHL. The story for the Islanders was there were fans that, when the Rangers and the Islanders, the first time they played at Nassau Coliseum, the Islanders got booed, and there was more Ranger fan cheering for the away team. And when the Rangers would score, there would be a ton of cheers. When the Islanders would score, the same fan would pull off his Ranger jersey and then flip on the Islander jersey and would cheer. I think we could see something similar to that between Vegas and Utah. A lot of Golden Knights fans that grew up, right, the Utah area didn't have a team. Now they have a team. They're Vegas fans, but then they're also Utah fans. I think there's going to be a really good rivalry there between Vegas and Utah. I'm interested to see how that goes. Shots 3-2 Tampa, still scoreless. Thank you for that, Ali Desh. Okay. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Tkachuk. Everybody thinks they're going to get Tkachuk. I've been hearing that a lot. I heard who thinks they're getting Tkachuk. I heard the Devils. Devils fans want Tkachuk. Who else wanted him? I know the Devils were one team in particular. That's going to annoy me. You know where I could see him end up going? Where his dad played. If the St. Louis Blues went out on a limb and got Tkachuk, I could see Doug Armstrong pulling off that kind of move this summer. Call me crazy. Brady Tkachuk to the St. Louis Blues. I know Ali Desh doesn't want to hear it right now, but we'll see. I think he's going to stay with Ottawa, but I think that would be really interesting nonetheless. And there you go. So there you go. So Tampa is on the board. Ali Desh, thank you for the announcement. Stamkos scores again. So I know one team. So teams that aren't so you guys can help me out with this. What NHL teams are not pluralized? The first one I can think of, right off the bat, Colorado Avalanche. So basically he's saying, what team doesn't have an S at the end of their team name? But I know Avalanche. If there's any other ones, let me know if you guys know any. The Seattle Kraken, that's 2. Who else? Depending on what happens with Utah, maybe Utah becomes one of those teams. Oh, and the Lightning. Lightning, Wild, Avalanche, and Kraken. So there's 4. Lightning, Wild, Kraken, Avalanche. Great question, though, Steven. And thank you, Ange, for joining. Appreciate it. I hope they score soon because I have 18% battery on my computer. That would really suck. You know, I'm going to completely lower the lighting here. And hopefully that saves enough battery for the rest of this stream. Hopefully. We'll see. I think I could turn off the keyboard lighting too. Can I turn off the lighting? Let's see. So, Ali Desh, is that another goal for Tampa, or is that the first goal? Yeah, Steven, sometimes that happens. That even happened last night. I was like, all right, we're going to wrap it up after 20 minutes. And then we had like a 40-minute stream. That's just how it works here at Goal Line Hockey. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes it's shorter. Sometimes we have a bunch of people in here. Sometimes I'll do that. If there's only like 1 or 2, maybe 3 people in here, I'll say, all right, we're going to close up shop. But if there's a bunch of people in here, we're having a good time, we're having a good conversation, I'll keep it going for as long as my computer holds up. Okay, so it's 1-0 Tampa. So Stamkos, power play goal. So there you go. That's the score in that one. So hopefully we get something here. Hopefully this game ends sooner rather than later, because I do want to stay for the goal. Because I know the second I'm going to turn off the stream, the second I turn this off, someone's going to score. That's what's going to happen, right? So if you guys have any predictions for who is now going to score in double overtime, let me know. Like I say, my heart says the Islanders. It's going to be like Barzal or Horvat. Islanders win it. But the reality is telling me it's going to be someone like Jordan Martinook or Jared, what's his name? Not Jared, Jordan Staal. Jordan Staal or Jordan Martinook is going to get the overtime winner. And I'm going to hate myself, but I think that's what's going to end up happening here. That's a good play there by Braden Point. So that was a nice goal by Tampa. And Tampa scoring on the power play. Going into this game, I think they were 2 for 12 on the power play in this series, which is like, what the hell? Like, Tampa is not that team that struggles on the power play. I don't know if that's them just being in a slump or it's just give credit where it's due to the Panthers. I'm not really sure. But holy. Pajot for the Islanders. I like it. And I know why Ali Desh is saying that, because he's a Sens fan. He wants to see Pajot do well. So Ali Desh going with Brady Shea. Ugh, I hope it's not Shea. I know even Ranger fans don't like Brady Shea anymore. Well, he's not on their team, but... Yeah, I remember that. Pajot, didn't he score a hat trick against the Rangers? Right? He got the overtime winner against the Rangers. I remember that during the golden era of the Senators. Oh, man. Yup. Frozen cow patties. That's right. That's right, Ali Desh. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, right? The cow poop got so cold that it basically was a hockey. That's the first hockey puck. So it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey to start the overtime. Oh, man. Clean sheet of ice for the Hurricanes. Oh, this is not going to go good, is it? Thank God I'm not wearing an Islander jersey for this one. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think. And there we go. So we got another goal update. So Brandon Hagel makes it 2-0 Tampa Bay. So maybe people will look back at this stream tonight or tomorrow and they'll laugh and they'll say, it didn't matter. The Panthers won anyway, 5-2. But... wow, so that's a shorthanded goal for the Lightning. Wow, so a power play goal, shorthanded goal. Pretty nice there from Tampa. All right. They're going to make this a series maybe. And that's, honestly, I'm not surprised. Of the three teams that are in the possibility of getting swept between the Islanders, Capitals, and Lightning, it's definitely the Lightning that are the most likely, right, to come back. What's going on, Jeremy? It's nice to hear from you again. Barzy with the OT winner. Jeremy, I was just talking about that. So my heart is telling me Horvat or Barzal gets the OT winner. The reality, I hate to say, it's going to be Jordan Martinook or Jordan Staal for Carolina. I think it's going to be that kind of game here. I hate to say it. I think I'm just tempering my expectations. I know what the Islanders are this season. I know what they're up against. Now it's 4-on-4 hockey to start the overtime. And they're talking about right now how Sergachev is back for Tampa. That was crazy. That game they played at Madison Square Garden, and Sergachev broke his leg. Ugly hit. Well, it wasn't really a hit, but it was more so the way he just landed into the boards. And he's playing today for the first time since the broken leg. So shout out there to Sergachev. He's giving it all for this team, and he wants to know that he was at least out there. If they get eliminated today, he wants to at least know he's out there with the boys, right? So got to give a lot of credit there to Sergachev. He gained a lot of respect, in my opinion, for that. And I'm sure tonight, speaking of injuries, there's a lot of talk about Nylander, how he was, he's avoiding the playoffs because he doesn't want to play in the playoffs and all that. He has a migraine, so everybody can kind of quiet that whole conversation. But I don't know. I'm kind of on Nylander's side with that one. The fans just, again, that's Leaf fans really reading way too much into it. And I remember they were watching him, like they were watching the film of him in practice the other day. They're like, "Ooh, he might have hurt his knee or this or that." It's like, guys, it could be something so simple that you're just not looking into, and it is. It's a migraine. So Pelican Lee for the Islanders, and then Orlov and Gensel in the box for Carolina. So let's say, I think it's going to be done in the first 2 minutes here. I don't think it gets past the 4-on-4. Oh, so it's not 4-on-4. So I want to preface that. It is 5-on-5 hockey here. Okay. Jordan Staal with a shot right off the bat. That is, oh man. Oh man, let's see here. So this is the second overtime of the 2024 playoffs. So they're either going to go out burning or they're going to go out maybe with a win here. We'll see. Show a little bit of fight. It's respectable at the very least, right? At least they didn't lose this game 5-0 and get swept. I appreciate that. Wait! So I didn't see the goal yet, but apparently the Islanders won. So let's hold on a second. If you're telling me Robert Bortuzzo scored, I gotta see this. My feed is a little bit behind here. No way. That was definitely not on any of my bingo cards. What? Robert Bortuzzo and the Islanders send it to a Game 5 in Carolina. Wow. So the Islanders avoid the sweep. Wow. And Anderson's staying in his crease. He thinks Barzal might have high-sticked it. That is the most Islander thing to happen for them to take this back, and I don't think so. Anderson's heading to the bench here. So they're saying Barzal deflected it. Okay. So what, you guys were right. Some of you said Barzal. And Braden Point scores for Tampa. I think that's his first of the series. So goal scoring at a premium all of a sudden, as teams are just firing it off. And there you go, Barzal with the tip. And the Islanders send it back to Carolina. Good on the Islanders there. So the Islanders can win in overtime, believe it or not. It is possible. So they live for another day. There's something positive, at least. They didn't lose on home ice, at least tonight. So good for the Islanders there. That's awesome. So that's going to do it for our first live stream today. Like I said this morning, we will be live streaming the third period of the Bruins and Leafs tonight at 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern. The time isn't officially set, so kind of stay tuned. Make sure you have your notifications on for when the live stream actually starts. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, you have the notifications on. And before we close out, because my battery is about to die, guys, I have to close out. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for all of you that joined us today. Like I said, your time is precious, especially this weekend. It's starting to get warmer. I appreciate you guys spending time with us. Guys, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again tonight.